There are a lot of cool tools today, a lot of LLM powered interfaces. Fundamentally, though, they're still large language models. Some of them are built for code, some of them are built for legal, but there's always the fundamental truth to the thing that um, there's still people. There's still APIs and code and context. And it's the people that make the whole exciting development scene possible. It's the needs of the people that power the innovation. There are tons. I'm not going into detail. Um, I'm not even going to do a deep dive in the Atlassian capabilities. I'm here today to talk about a very specific use case and how I approach it using some of the building blocks of the technology. I'm going to walk through some of the scenarios um, and kind of give an overview of what what I hope you'll get out of it. Anyone who has been responsible for an Atlassian tool, a product, whether Confluence, Jira, Bamboo, Bitbucket. I don't know if there were ever any plugins for Crowd or for Bonfire, Fisheye, Crucible, HipChat, but Atlassian have always made their products available with mm, the capability, if not out of the box functionality, to make what you want happen. Sometimes there's a concrete solution provided by them as a feature, core application feature. Sometimes there's just not enough users of that particular feature to warrant baking it into the product. And so you can add apps, right? It's so fun to come in to Marketplace and search for things. Oh, said nobody ever. It's cool to see what capabilities are there. I've written up a couple of pieces about what happens with Marketplace and what Marketplace and the Marketplace interface means for application owners, people who sign off on the feature delivery within the tool. They have to calculate their spend. They have to understand the functionality of the thing and how it might address their needs today, but how it might pin them in or bottleneck them in the future. There are so many. I have other reports. I'm not going to go into it, but I've crawled this marketplace extensively, and that's interesting. Yeah, a couple of blank pages here. It's not the best. It's not the best way. You can go and search for keyword. Here's mine. No, nothing does Monte Carlo. Okay, well, user. Let's just search for user. Here are 1,000 matches for my search. User switcher management, Confluence. Just so many. User manager. Let's see. These have a variety of ratings. Let's see. Can I sort by rating? Yeah, top rated. I'm only concerned with the top rated and partner supported. And oh, what's my use case? Is it in here? Let me just check some of these boxes. Yeah, document management. Mm-hmm. Survey. All right. Wish I could sort by installations. I guess I can sort by popularity. Anyway, there are ways to slice and dice. And if you come to the forums and you start to look for recommendations, you're up against some inherent behaviors associated with community forums. Some of the advice is genuine, some of the advice is good, not all of it is qualified, and you're back to kind of the situation where you're looking at user reputation and you're looking at upvotes and you're relying on signal that's not necessarily strong in all cases or uniform. So for this, I'm just going to go here and I'm going to search for app. Is it an app or is it a plugin? Is it a connected app? Are these recent? Yeah, people are still calling them plugins. They're apps. They're connected apps. But community language is fluid, um, and uh, let's just see. That's what I want. I kind of got tired of this. Okay, I'll show I'll show off this. It's loading. It's going to take a while, so I'll come back to it once it's loaded the info. I am taking advantage Atlassian's Marketplace API. Here it is. So yeah, you can use this in two ways. So as a marketplace partner, you can manage some aspects of your app listing and the assets of it. Granted, this is kind of historical, um, but your developer spaces, and this is kind of where it gets interesting, going and being able to say, I want to see, let's see, I want to see applications. I want to get an app, and I want all the good response data. I mean, all the flags I would select in a checkbox are presented to me. So rather than coming in here and selecting my category, I can find out where something is listed. I've got my apps. So it looks like I'm capping at 5,000 apps now. If I can fit this. That's kind of being flaky. I'm working on the Sankey library. Not actively, but recently. So here, we can look. Oh, this is really, it needs work. So you can see the categories here. And we flow from, yeah, there we go. Flow from category through vendor to application. And then you can see by installs exactly what's what. In a quick view, right? I am interested to see who the leaders are in these categories without going here, without crawling through search or coming here. Like there's just not a good way to arrive at the same conclusions here. Point one installs. That's interesting. It seems like there might be an error in my data. By vendor, by price, by rating. I don't think I'm doing hosting anymore. 1 star? Where are my 4 star apps at? Yeah. By price, by vendor, by category. Uh, 5,000 plus apps from 1,800 vendors through this straw. I want the data and analytics products for Jira. Runs on Atlassian. Partner supported. They all have to be. I understand why that's there. Give me the most popular. Yeah. Okay, so here it all is. Pivot. ChatGPT. So I have this GPT, A9 advisor for Marketplace. Team edition, because you can't use the word Atlassian in your things. Uh, but this GPT knows things. It knows how to interface with community and the Q&A posts in here. So when people come and they post, they seek advice, or if someone comes in and they have an accepted answer for a recommendation, well, you can surface that through the API and join the response, some of the fields or the data in the response with what you can obtain from the Atlassian Marketplace for intelligence analytics. So let's talk about my Monte Carlo example. I'm working on um, a Monte Carlo simulator that will run 10 to 50,000 potential simulations using the historical delivery data a measurable velocity for a particular space or project. Looking back at the actual resolutions, the time it took to move a Sev1 bug from open to resolved, and looking at whether the same can be obtained with a new issue. Does it does this issue look like any of the other issues we resolved lately? And if it does, what is the best potential sizing for this thing? You can run this in the browser using your GPU on your laptop. You're not relying on Amazon or AWS at all. So I wanted to know whether there was anything like this on the market. And rather than crawl through, come in here. Let's see. I already searched for Monte Carlo. There we go. So we get our Monte Carlo for, I went for Jira. And we've got, yeah, a number of these. Here's one, task flow simulator. Yep. Yeah. So how does it work? Oh, well, that's not super confidence inspiring. And if I were selecting, I wouldn't be able to move forward. This was released in November, not too old. 2 installs and 1 rating. Um, yeah, they like the Monte Carlo. It may be free, but the price doesn't give you any suggestion of development velocity or feature delivery or improvement, or they often don't have a roadmap. And if they did, can they stick to it? And my use case here is bypassing Marketplace entirely in favor of custom stuff. It's possible using this same flow to go. Well, let's go. Let's uh, this is what it's for. So it's going to check both endpoints using my prompt. Yeah. And Atlassian have changed their API recently to make it just so much more difficult to crawl the API. You used to be able to just kind of go in there and um, start unpacking it. But there's a chicken and egg situation now where you need a vendor, you need a product, something to start with. You can't just go say, give me all the vendors. Now, for all the vendors, give me all their apps. And do that. Let's see. Conditional logic in the form. Yeah, that was always kind of a challenge. Form to operations. Yeah, the packaged request is pretty interesting. There's, you know, it's simplistic to think of a singular request in the life cycle of a singular request. That might be, you know, the focus from a help desk perspective. But when multiple teams across organizations or functions begin to collaborate, there are multiple dimensions that have to be accounted for, and an issue can't hold them all. Yes. Form lifecycle management. Hmm. We like PLG. That's a hashtag. Analytics for the forms? I don't know. You'd have to have really heavy forms use, and I've never seen that. I'm not passionate about it. Intake to structured operational data. Yes, I like that. So, um, so I am teeing this up for the next step in the pipeline. This is a pipeline. I have several of these pipelines here in GPT form. For this, we've got the market research and we have the MVP delivery. I have another GPT I'm about to call here into the conversation. Actually, I'll do it now. calling the other GPT, who has a wealth of documentation about Forge development, best practices, API endpoints, other aspects of a development agent. These are coming into Codex. But for now, I'm building on what I've developed in ChatGPT over, gosh, 2.5 years or so, chasing Atlassian's API changes, uh, etc. Yeah, I think I've got, oh, yeah, ooh, Team 23. I wrote some of this. Team 24 and Team 25. Yeah, Team 24. Team 23, I was demoing the Google powered Atlassian API tool set I have. I wonder what that looks like. This is it's stale, but I did go into it and it's stale. The data, the backend data is stale. This table in particular. Yeah. Yeah. So this is a classifier. So based on your segment as a marketplace partner, you can review the opportunities as they come back. Automation, backup, no match. These probably all have no match. And the list of items in marketplace and all their data. Here's the post. Yeah, so this is all the good information about the post from uh, community. It's a Q&A post. Here's the actual link to the item itself, the body. It's a Q&A data type. And yeah, here are the queries. The Chorus API is not horrible. If you're looking to dig in and find useful information, actionable data in there, you can do that. And this is actually this was written as a love letter to my old work at eBay, bringing customer signal into the product development lifecycle. So templating, here are sandbox, our different classification segments. That's done in the Google side. But getting past all of that with an LLM is just, I think it's better. Um, I mean, Lovable's cool. V0, I I like the results I get from it. Um, with a well instructed LLM, regardless of flavor, if you can provide a decent scaffolding and conceptual outline, you can get pretty far. And I'm not talking about like how do I make my manifest work. I'm talking about a full hierarchy, an application that is basically ready to run. And we're getting there. We're getting there. Um, from a velocity standpoint, it's pretty cool because, like the Claude example of generating a C compiler that can, make an executable, we can go market research to ranked concepts, provable concepts, and prototype a solution to the market gap in the space of a day. And that's the new normal. What I really like about this, all of this, um, and what seems to be happening for me is bringing a high level of automation to my whole entire process, where I am out of the drudgery of, by necessity, mixing the cement to make my mortar, firing my bricks to build my wall, laying out and doing the survey for the site. I can delegate so much of this to a knowledge expert with the necessary context to make some informed choices, enough choices to get me to this step right here where I've got a prototype. I can check it out and execute it. Um, this flow's not ideal because here I'm with a zip file. I'm not in a Git repo. I'm not creating PRs. If I were in Codex, I would be doing that. But next step is Codex to take. It's probably in there. Let me just look at it. It is 6.2 kilobytes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is a forged prototype that adds Jira Automation Action Graph Triage. It returns suggested owner, component, knowledge base, confidence, and reasons. It shows the triage audit logs in the issue panel and offers you to edit keyword routing rules in the admin page. And yes, so it's a very simple kind of wrapper for the knowledge graph. Sorry, Atlassian's trademark teamwork graph. It's a knowledge graph. Oh, So that's my package. Basic, very, very basic. Yes, nothing fancy, nothing extraordinary. It, there is no back end, so to speak. You establish some rules, stores keyword to owner rules and returns triage suggestions via Jira automation. Later, swap in teamwork graph signals without changing how customers consume outputs. Well, I would like you to just do that. It does it. It runs the. Okay. Yeah, you just created an automation rule that calls this, and it provides the link between your. Yeah, here's it. Provides the link between your keyword relationship and what it returns from a query. And then makes that recommendation, the automation action, and then the resolver. Cool. Now, the pipeline doesn't end with the MVP. Oh no. you know, the Atlassian Marketplace submission process could be better. I'll leave it at that. Okay. Maybe it's better for tried and true marketplace partners. Um, but for Joe Forge, tough. All right, so I could test this. I guess I should. I should. What is it? What is it called? What did I get? JSM. Register a Forge app. I am going to create it under here. What do we call it? This is graph triage. Yep. I'm not showing you what I'm doing, but I just registered my app. So I get my app ID in my manifest. I just ran npm install, so the necessary packages are available to deploy with my app. Oh, it doesn't like that. Just gonna an overly particular version of the Forge. Oh, the Forge API. Well, I guess I'll update for a point release of the Forge tools. I don't have a runtime. Did you forget a runtime? I mean, Forge you could give a more helpful error when you run into that. 13 is not in that registry. Okay. Oh, that's me. Uh, is that right? Runtime name. Runtime name. Ooh, 24. It doesn't support 24. Come on. Does it? Let's just deploy. Document should not have additional property function. The thing about it is I can go back and edit and change the shape of my manifest, the instructions and the stylistic hints. I've done that iteratively over time, but it's tough to go in there and say, and it should not have this, it should not do this, it should not do that, because there are so many cases where you can find that. I guess I just need to maybe iteratively run the linter and find all the cases and inform my LLM on good style. But right now, we have a unnecessary property. That's a function. I could just run lint, but yeah. Hang on a second. Yeah, and it doesn't give you a position or anything. You know, I'm going to take it out. Yeah, it's this right here. Yeah. Why? Close that. Close that. Close that. You just. And then you go back, you take your errors and you go back and you get a new fix. The difficulty with this is it's a new zip and it's a different path. And it's duplicating a lot of these artifacts throughout my file system. And I'll go in and I'll have, I'll do forge register and deploy, and then next thing you know, I'm at over 100 apps. Um, so it's just so nice to do it in one directory, and you're copying and pasting the ID from one path to another, and uh, oh, but no matter what you do, no matter which route you go, whether you're in Claude Code, RovoDev, good luck, um, or another of your favorite open code, whatever you like, you're not searching the documentation and trying to build your own sense of what a valid manifest should should do, should be, should consist of every time. Oh, you might even, once you formulate your preferred style, shape, I'm using shape because it throws shape at me all the time now. Atlassian shaped JSON and everything. So anyway, there's my manifest. There's my new manifest. I wasn't really expecting to get all the way to a prototype. I just wanted to kind of run through the tools. Yeah, it keeps throwing functions back into the manifest again. You fix it. It's getting creative now. I must have really old style guidelines here. Replace your whole modules block and remove the top level functions. Modules. Issue panel, admin page. Okay. Oh, wow. This isn't mine. This is your manifest resources. Did you miss? Aha. No problem. Now we're just in a. Mm. Uh, yeah. You know, you're getting closer. So I am. This is what else you can do with it. You can chat with Marketplace. Um, hmm. Cloud backup, comparing to data center backup and moving from the data center world to the cloud world and navigating operational requirements and recovery point objectives and stakeholder alignment and engagement on why and why not a cloud and data center backup cannot be interchanged. Why cloud backups, automated cloud backups, testing in a sandbox is complicated or impossible. Tools for managing cloud data, uh, cloud data copy, offsiting. There's a lot of stuff going on in that area. I kind of got away from that. I'm worrying so much about it when Revise came on the scene. Funny enough, they're the top rated. But yeah, they have consistently addressed some of those issues and uh, expectation. Uh, it's difficult and hairy. And yeah, rewind and revise. These are the things in Marketplace, which suggests native cloud backup is not very strong with a 2,000 plus installs out there of these third party tools. Let's see. Games for Jira. My first Atlassian gig, one of our people had a spouse working at Zynga, and it was back in the absolute heyday. Uh, and I thought, well, let's just go, maybe go work at Zynga instead. That seems like a more fun place to work than where I'm at now. Games just aren't for me, unless you consider Doom and Quake or Jira games. Those are hacks to me. I'm not doing it for entertainment. Not the end game is not being entertained by the game. The end game is shipping a uh, crazy app. Yeah, gamification apps. So I've performed the same study once before, and yeah, there just aren't any native games for Jira. So yeah, it's a category that's yet to be established. Um, no, I mean full. Yeah, no, I'm more than thinking about it. I am working with Super Tux Cart, and it is wild. It's genuinely feasible too. Um, See, I just username, mm, username, not display name. Well, it could be display name. Yep, yep, yep. Exactly. It is a WASM build of Super Tux Cart. No, we're not going to host it externally. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, I've tried to get multiplayer Doom and Quake, but there's just some limits on the Forge architecture. I already have. Observability for my races. Yeah, that's what the Forge logs are for. Anyway, um, and I'll send it to community to do some cross-checking. I know there isn't anyone in community asking for playable games inside Jira. Uh, and I think the gamification trend has played fully out. Uh, yeah. Yeah, points. I mean, they've even taken it and de-emphasized it in community. Like your kudos are cool, but it's not front and center like it used to be. Um, yeah. Nobody needs to clear a racing game for installation in their Jira to do team building. They can already do the team building without without resorting to that. Oh, what is that? Got a broken ceiling fan. In case you're checking my links there. So this source code for this fantastic space exploration game was released some time ago, and it has been ported to um, it has been ported to a let's play it online. Oh, you know what? I think I have to play it. I think I have to. I think I have to do it my local build, don't I? I sure do. One moment, please. It is. No, I don't have it. Ah, but I've played it. Okay. Yeah. So, what is this? It's a game. How did it? It's in my browser. It's JavaScript. It used to be C++. This particular thing is it's just going to be way too big to fit into a
all station screen
into the space available for
you got it.
Because you
phase 8, 9, and 10 sealed. Scaffold decks A, B, C secure.
Data. It's just a port of the engine, which
all systems green
and runs the assets.
What a beautiful sight.
Same way. It packages for Doom. It packages either the shareware or the full retail.
This is Fleet Command.
Archive.
Reporting mothership pre-launch status.
Textures and all of that stuff.
Command online.
And that's all put into
resourcing online.
And you have a limit.
Construction online.
I'm not even sure.
Cryogenic subsections A through J online.
The tracks and all of that stuff.
K through S,
really tempted
online.
to make some F1 circuit.
Scaffold control, stand by for alignment.
Super Jira cart tracks. But anyway, this is a game. OpenGL in my browser. Really not running anywhere else. It's using 300 megabytes of RAM.
Alignment confirmed.
The lead
Stand by, release control.
Kind of a lot. This is my
All caliper banks released.
workers ship.
She's right down the middle.
Space station. Gonna go mine these asteroids here for minerals.
The mothership has cleared the scaffold.
and stuff.
We are away.
Mining ship. Conquer the universe. So anyway, this is just one kind of wowish thing. Is this the one? Yeah, no. 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 Yeah, forecast app. So Monte Carlo. This runs with DuckDB in the browser. So it's a in your Jira resides the application with the payload. Once it's executing, it queries Jira, pulls the data back into your browser, and this is all happening in your browser. It runs these 10,000 simulations using your GPU in your local environment. Within the scope of your forecast, you can run SQL queries. You can query a subset of what comes back. I don't have the query info here. You can run a. Is it public? I don't think so. Yes, it is. Oh gosh, you lucky devil. Yeah, anyway. The point is, there's a lot of good stuff happening. What else? GL graphs. So this, I have to run it locally. So it's pretty neat. And it's neat because it reminds me of Gorse, which is a source code visualization tool. It basically grows over time a graph that's representative of a code base based on commits and forks, pull requests, merges, and you can visualize over time the complexity, graph structure of a code base. I saw this example come my way and decided, this there's a room. Oh, it's going to be slow. There's room in the community. Oh, here, let's go back. Tying it all together, I'm used to a world where I have server hardware with the ability to add custom functionality and complement what happens in the application with what can happen in the operating system. You've been doing this in Jira Server and Data Center with script runners since forever. The groovy scripts that get executed live in the file system, and they are subject to the rules of the host file system. Um, the When they're fetched from disk using the operating system's file structure, right? The inodes that serve your script become part of the workflow. And I'm missing that capability in the cloud. You know what I mean? I want to reach out and touch somebody. I want to I want to bring let's reach out and touch somebody. If you're old enough to know uh, that your fingers do the walking, then you know what I'm talking about. It's like phone campaign, ad campaign from days gone by. Turn off the glow. But to think, what's neat to me about this is to think about this as a Jira knowledge graph. This can be a function of capacity over work. It can be a predictive tool to say our typical workload or our strategic outlook for this time frame resemble this. Our prediction for the reference time frame is different, and it resembles this, and it's shaped this way because of the rules that govern its structure. um, Today there really isn't anything that explicitly uses WebGL except for Confluence whiteboards. And that's why Confluence whiteboards can have a little F1 racing game and be smooth. That's why, presumably, I should check and see. Tools like Capable are so nice and buttery uh, in the browser. But I think it would be really cool to make use of the computational capabilities of the browsing device. Especially now, if we're going to have a browser, a custom browser that is representative of our work and embodies our work, being able to push that work back into the browser for complex manipulation and high performance utility is the goal. Anyway, that's where we're going. And it's not really clear in Marketplace or in Community. But if we what is it? What's there? Anything? Nothing. This little tab on my image. Of course, my premise checks out. Move on. You see, this is why I made this tool. I want to know the answer. I don't want to know whether it's possible to derive a meaningful answer from community posts. I know that's possible. I know verbatim customer language and how it relates back to product is the way. It's the secret sauce. It's the avenue for improvement. Dashboards that don't crawl or time out. There's my wedge. Yeah, and 5 million point scatter plot. Like, who's got that in Jira? Like, no, it's elsewhere. Mm-hmm. 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 Empirical. Why can't I spell empirical? Oh, I'm having a brain fart day. Yeah. Advanced roadmaps. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, 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 yep. It hasn't told me I'm a genius once. Have you noticed that? Mm-hmm. We've been aging with instant drill down. So I would and I'm going to take this fuller brief over into another product and pump out a prototype. The rendering canvas is what I was going to pick up from the GL graphs here. This GL driven nodes and edges in the browser with some controls. I got somewhere with it. Um, I'm not sure where I put it. Oh, I have so many fun things going on. Hmm. Oh well. So you get the idea. Um, market research. Super. Mm. Mm-hmm. 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 You know, I'm tempted to see what some of the code generation tools could make from this. It'd be fun to put together some specs and have a bake off. I've been trying to do it. I honestly have. I think it would be super cool to see V0 versus Codex versus RoboDev, CLI. But I couldn't get anything usable from Rovo. And to be clear, it's from the Atlassian CLI, ACLI RovoDev. And I've been using that and working with that since alpha through beta, general availability, and some evolution. I haven't tried it in VS Code, but I like VS Code. I'm a Vim user. Um, Anyway, with the right prompting and scaffolding, it should be a piece of cake to have uh, Rovo dump a MVP candidate. I know V0 can do it. I've been working with V0 and putting out apps for some time, and I've got a flow that works. So if that's possible, really anything's possible. I know people are shipping with Lovable. Um, I'm not one of those people, but I would give it a try. Oh my god, an hour and a half. Thanks for sticking around or skipping around or whatever.